Greetings, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. It is your girl, Creatrix, and I hope that this video is finding you well. So today I got a download to take out or bust out the tarot cards. So that is what we're going to be doing today. Now, before I sat down to do this reading, I heard Mama say Mama sa Mama kusa, Mama say Mama sa Mama kusa. Okay, so that's a song by Michael Jackson. All right, I have no idea what Mama Say Mama Sa Mama Kusa means. However, I feel like it's connected to Africa, or I heard that before. Okay, I feel like that's a saying from Africa, or that's a language, that's an African language. Okay, so yeah, this reading is like a message from Michael Jackson. All right, it's going to be about the industry. All right, and so basically, the industry, the music industry, right, or Hollywood in general, is like it's a different playing field, a different level of playing field for the magicians. All right. When you reach that level, you are like a master magician. You are somebody who's a master manifester. And those players they're dealing with competition, they're dealing with strategy, they're dealing with just a higher level of being able to function in that level, in that playing field, right? Like it's a whole different set of rules. I mean, it's the same set of rules, it's just a different intensity. All right, there's more at stake. It's more visible. Your downfall is more visible, right? So they're dealing with the same problems that we do here on this level, right? But they're dealing with a different intensity of it at that level, right? So they are considered the master magicians, right? If that makes sense. And we are the ones who are watching them play out, right? And there's so many different secrets. There's so many different things that we don't see, but what happens in that realm, in that level, it manifests to us, right? Like we get a play-by-play of what's happening through the blogs, through the through the news and stuff like that. So there's a lot of secrets, a lot of mysteries that they hold at that level, right? That we are only privy to once we reach that level. Now, there are people who have whistleblown. There are people who expose the secrets of the industry, right? And reveal to people what is going on, so that people, because since we don't see everything that's going on, and we think it's just glitz and glamour and stuff, we aspire to be where they are at, right? And to a certain degree, yes, it is good to aspire to want to be there, but we go into it blindly, right? And that's why a lot of people who enter the industry, like some of the younger artists who are going up against the older artists who are more experienced, or even artists who are willing to do anything it takes to keep their position, right? And maybe some of these younger artists, or less experienced people, or different types of people, right? They have more morals, they have values, they have ethics, they have a code of conduct that they won't let go of, and so they get eaten alive, right? They get chewed back out, right? And we've seen a lot of these artists, have a downfall, and the artists that keep their position and keep their spot have proven to be master magicians, or like a master at their craft, whatever that craft is. But also there's an aspect of doing whatever it takes, like for some of them who don't have the ethics or the code of conduct, and no judgment. I'm not saying that to say that they're wrong. Anything goes in this game, anything goes. There's no good or bad, there just is, right? Confirmation. Okay. Confirmation. So it's just all about strategy. It's not about good or bad, or evil versus righteousness. It's not about that. But some of these artists that have been able to keep their spot for a very long time, some of them, not all of them, right? That's why I'm emphasizing some of them do some very backhanded things and use the strategy of deceit, lies, two-facedness, all of that stuff to maintain their position. All right, so yeah, I feel like Michael Jackson has a message for us, and this is a personal message. Like, he does want me to relay that he is giving us a personal message. Okay, so this could resonate with people who it's okay, I see what it is. It's because he's like touching me on my crown or something. Like, I can feel like a hand on my crown, and I feel like it's his hand. It's because we are destined. If you're watching this video, whether you want to be in the spotlight or not, whether you ever dreamed of being in the music industry or that in that arena, you are destined for that level of magician, or I just heard majesty. Okay, you are meant to be royalty, and you are going to be somebody who is perceived as royalty, perceived as somebody who's important. All right, so you're going to be entering whatever industry this is. You're going to be entering an industry that is under a microscope, that you're going to be highly viewed. You're going to go against players who have been on this level for a very long time, who have maintained their position, and who are going to see you as a threat, okay, to their power, to the power structure I just heard. Okay, they are going to see you as a threat. And so Michael Jackson, because he was in the industry and he's seen things, and he himself has on a certain level succumbed to the pressures, to the competition in the industry, right? Because we all know that his death was not accidental, it was not natural. Okay, his death was definitely planned. It was orchestrated by some people that I've already talked about on my channel. Okay, by a particular couple, right? They had something to do with it. It wasn't just them, right? I'm talking about, when I say music industry, I'm talking about music executives, people who are CEOs of labels, all of these big labels. UMG comes to mind. All right, you got Sony, you got all these different labels, right? And so Jay-Z and Beyonce, the couple that I'm talking about, they're just pawns also in the industry, but they do receive rewards, but they are just pawns. The execs are the ones that are pulling the strings. All right, so Michael Jackson wants to give you a personal message because you are somebody who's going to be entering this field. You're going to be entering this arena, okay? And it's different than the quote unquote common folk arena. All right, yes, there's competition, backhandedness, there are magicians on this level as well, but the level that you're about to enter, okay, it's going to be crazy. All right, it's like you're going to be shocked by what you are exposed to, by the weird things that people are doing and how normalized it is, okay, on that level, right? So Michael Jackson doesn't want you to go through a shock, or to be afraid or scared, okay, because you are somebody who's very powerful, right? So that's what this message is about. So let's get into it without further ado. All right, well, you got the 9 of Pentacles here. He wants you to know, he wants you to stay very independent. All right, with the Crone of Wands here, he wants you to keep your mind free of any suggestion, any manipulation, people trying to convince you that things are supposed to go a certain way, do things like, he wants you to be a leader, a pioneer, all right, and to drown out the sounds. Okay, my dog is like whining so bad right now, and it's hard for me to concentrate on this message. So it's like you are going to get a lot of advice from a lot of different people, and those people don't necessarily, not only is it that they don't have your best intention at hand, even there might be people who do have your best intention at hand, but they just don't know. Okay, you are the intuitive one. You are the high priestess. You are the one who earned this spot the correct way, okay, through developing your sixth sense, through developing, and healing your chakras, balancing them. So you need to keep, I can't make this shit up, yo. I can't. Do you see the high priestess that just came out? You are beyond a psychic. You are an oracle. You are you're somebody who's very powerful here, all right? And your job is to solely rely on yourself, okay? And maybe one other person, maybe your spouse or you know, your twin flame or soulmate that's going to come in. That person could be somebody that you can at least trust, right, to confide in. But when it comes to making moves, when it comes to making decisions, when it comes to progressing forward, right, you are meant to only focus on what you like, what your intuition, what your guides, what your team, spirit team is telling you here, okay? Because there are going to be people who want you to miss out on something. They're going to hope that you don't see something, all right? With the Four of Cups at the bottom, they're hoping that you won't be able to tune into their frequency, that you won't be able to they're gonna do there's gonna be people that are already in the industry who know that you are coming, who are going to do rituals and spells to cast a spell of protection around them from you. They're going to see you as a threat. And it's not because you're there to physically, emotionally, psychologically harm them. It's because they don't want you to be able to tap into their energy. They see and they know how powerful you are. And they don't want you to use your power to know what they are thinking. Okay? But something about your emotions, like, you have to be very aware of your emotions, okay? Because people are going to try to affect how you feel, all right? It's something about you feeling satiated, you feeling fulfilled, okay? Because there is a trap here in the industry to where people tend to feel greedy. People tend to become greedy when they step into the energy, all right? And this could even be something, a trap that they have set up for you. They want you to feel so greedy that you become desperate, right? Because that is the downfall of being greedy. When you become greedy and you want more and more and more and more without the emotional balance that should come with being ambitious, okay? Because there's a difference between being ambitious and being too greedy, right? Maybe even when it comes to money or when it comes to fame, right? The trap is you become too desperate when you want too much of it, when you feel like you're not in the spotlight, when you feel like you need more attention on you, when you feel like you need more money, you need more of this, more of that, right? So Michael Jackson is telling you to always remain fulfilled and always remain balanced, all right? To know that, like, what you have is enough, to not overdo it, all right? This could even have been, I'm getting this feeling that he feels like he might have overdone it, all right? And it could be something about, like, putting a target on your back, on your own back, when you overdo it, maybe with the glitz and the being, what is it called? It starts with an F. Frivolous, being frivolous, right? With your energy. Oh, with your energy, not even with your money, it's with your energy. He was being too frivolous with his energy. He feels like he should have had stronger boundaries. That's what it is. Okay, maybe it's not even with money, maybe it's even with friendships, right? It's not the level of attention that you're going to receive from the paparazzi and that and all that stuff that you're going to be craving. It might even be that they're setting up a trap for you to crave attention from your peers, from your fellow famous people, from your fellow industry folks, right? And wanting their approval, wanting, with the judgment. That's why the judgment is here, wanting to be judged fairly and properly, even though they're not going to. They're already planning to shun you. They're already planning to push you out of the circle. They're already planning to make you feel ostracized, right? And then when you feel that way, it's going to make you desperate to be approved. You're going to seek out their approval, right? And then that's where the trap comes, because now they can suggest things to you. All right, the judgment talks about knowing yourself. The judgment card talks about knowing yourself and being solid in who you are. right? So this is what it's talking about. Yes, with the Three of Cups here, they're going to, have parties, and they're going to throw these extravagant soirees, maybe even, and it's kind of like, you can't sit with us. That's what it's like, a mean girl vibe. All right, that's what they're going to try to do to you, is like exclude you from things. But I get this feeling that, like, they won't be able to exclude you for long. Okay, they won't be able to exclude you for long. I feel like Michael Jackson went through this, to where they ridiculed him, and they tried to push him out. They tried to tarnish his name. They tried to push him out of the industry, make him quit. They tried to make him quit through exiling him, right? Humiliating him. They did these humiliation rituals on him, but he was too strong. His inner world. It's giving me the Hermit. I know Michael Jackson was a Virgo. It's giving me the Hermit card, to where his inner world was too strong, so they had to resort to physically ending his, to unaliving him, you know, because he was just too powerful. Yeah, I'm not making this shit up, y'all. Look at the death card just popped out with the swords. All right, you're gonna have to heal whatever they throw at you. It's giving me new devils. I mean, new levels, new devils. It's like you're gonna have to heal at a rapid rate, which is going to require a lot of rest. Okay, you might be invited out to a lot of things, even though there's a part of the industry that's going to shun you and stuff. Obviously, when you become famous and when you become well known, okay, with the Two of Swords and the Queen of Pentacles, your energy is very sacred. So it's going to require you to heal very often, to rest very often, okay, because you're going to be transmuting a lot of energy. And he's telling you to make decisions when you're faced with a decision, to where you're being invited out, or your energy is being pulled in so many different directions. If it's not a hell yes, I want to go, then just rest. Just take the time to rest, okay? Like, whatever it is that you're deciding to go to, it has to be like, I'm already well rested. I am ready to share my energy at whatever it is I'm about to do. All right, whether if it's like, you're about to go record in the recording studio, or it's a soiree, or some new friends called you out to hang out, or whatever the event is, or whatever the situation or circumstance is. Maybe it's not even an event. All right, whatever it is, like, if it does not stir your inner world, if it does not ignite your passion, then you're better off spending time resting and recuperating, because especially in the beginning, I'm getting, because it's going to be like a whirlwind. Okay, it's going to take you time to adjust to this new life that you're about to be living. All right, yeah, with the Knight of Swords, things are going to happen very quickly. Okay, it's a fast-paced lifestyle. All right, it's giving like you have to enforce your boundaries, because nobody's going to enforce it for you. Yeah, you have to hold back. You have to say no, even though things might look fun, and you want to try this, you want to try that. It's a new world, a new time. You have to relax. Like, you have to choose to rest. It's a non-negotiable. Rest is important, because you're going to be transmuting a lot. People are, when you finally make it into that scene, into that level, people are going to be attacking you even more than you are now. People know of you now, and they're still attacking you now, but it's going to get even worse, right? Because you're surpassing them. You have the potential to surpass them. So there's that fear there. Yeah, with the Two of Wands in reverse, I'm getting, do not make plans that, like, don't make too many plans. You might have a bad habit of really liking to be around people. Maybe I'm picking up that maybe growing up, you might have not had a lot of friends or a lot of popularity. You could have not been the popular kid often times, or you could have felt like your friends weren't really friends to you. You could have just been a late bloomer, to where people didn't really pay you too much attention until later on in life. And that kind of made you like a people pleaser, or like not a, you could have healed from being a people pleaser, but you just like being around people. Okay, it's your inner child. Like since being a child, you love to play with people. You're very innocent. You know, you think it's all good and dandy. You don't think people have ill intentions towards you and stuff, and so you like to be around people, right? There's an innocence about you. But Michael Jackson is telling you not to make too many plans. All right, do not commit yourself to too many plans, because with the Five of Wands, it's giving like this is going to compete with your ability to heal. You wanting to be everywhere all at once, having FOMO. Okay, like just imagine stepping to the spotlight and all of a sudden you're this famous person that everybody wants to be around, right? The plans that you're going to want to make, they're going to compete with your ability to heal and even be receptive to your intuition. Okay, when you're around people, when you're distracted, it's hard for you to tap into your intuition. That's why hermit mode is so important for healing. Okay, that's why isolation is very important for healing. So you're gonna have to balance your isolation time with your social time. All right, yeah, with the Chariot here, this is going to make you successful. All right, time management is going to make you successful here, right? The Chariot is giving Cancer energy. Cancer energy likes, they like to be in a shell, they like to retreat, they like to recluse. All right, Cancers are known for liking their alone time. They need to recharge on their own. All right, and this is what's going to make you successful, is constantly recharging your battery, constantly prioritizing yourself. Okay, here with the Magician, it's giving me there are things that you're meant to manifest. You're not being given access into the industry, into Hollywood, or into whatever it is that you're about to go into. Okay, you're not being given access just for funsies. All right, you're being given access into this realm. Your spirit guides have been training you to go into this level because you have a job to do. All right, you have things to manifest. All right, there's specific actions you're meant to take. You have a purpose, all right, to fulfill. So don't get caught up in the whirlwind of like, yeah, you know, being a debutante, or being like trying to be popular, or being with this person and that person. Like you have a like, don't get swept up in the glitz and the glamour is what I'm getting. Okay, yeah, with the Emperor here and the Devil, all right, it's giving have control of your emotions, because they're going to use your emotions against you. All right, they're going to make it seem like, you know, it's the devil's giving me two-face. They're going to make it seem like they love you and they care about you and they want you here, and you know, oh my god, your personality is so beautiful, oh, your physical appearance is so great. And you know, even when it comes to lovers and people wanting to date you, and you know, whatever the case is, right? There's going to be a lot of two-faced people, a lot of people with ill intention, a lot of people. There's even going to be people who want to rope you into bad habits. All right, they're going to want to, if you don't drink, if you don't smoke, if you, you know, if you're celibate, they're going to want to. They're gonna want to mess that up. There's going to be some people who are gonna want to get you into bad habits, who are gonna want to introduce you to like hard drugs, all right, hard rugs, and to drinking, to, you know, sex parties, and to, I mean, I don't, I'm not in Hollywood, so I don't know what goes on there. I only hear things, right? Like there could be way worse things that we don't even hear about that go on there, right? But you have to be, that's why it's important. That's why Michael Jackson wants you to know that it's better for you to focus on mastering yourself even while at this level, because he doesn't want you to get stuck there. There's more that you need to do past the industry, right? Yes, the glitz and the glamour is fun, but you're going to progress past that level. That's not your final destination. All right, that's not your final destination at all. So that's why Michael Jackson wants you to have an independent mindset. All right, he wants you to stay true to who you are. All right, he doesn't want you to change or lose sight of your purpose or your dreams. Look at the Knight of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. All right, the Knight of Pentacles is someone who is diligent, who is determined, who is loyal to the soil. All right, Bay Area. All right. Shout out to the Bay Area. So you need to be a Knight of Pentacles and not forget what it is that you're here to do. You're moving at a certain pace, but you're going to continue moving forward. That's what it's giving me, all right? Even though you're going to enter the industry, you're going to surpass it. All right? You're going to surpass that level into your bruh, you're going to go into a level that has not been reached yet this lifetime. You're going to enter a level that has not been reached yet by any soul this lifetime. That is what you're destined for. All right. So the earth realm is going to experience a new level because of you. You're going to create a new level. That's how freaking important you are. And am I making this up? No. It's the Ace of Wands, a new level. Okay, it's giving me creativity. It's giving me passion. It's just giving amazing. It's giving a creator, a real god or goddess. All right, with the Page of Cups here, you're a dreamer. All right, you've been thinking, dreaming, creating in your mind, and you're going to bring that into fruition. You're going to bring that into reality. Okay, that's what MJ says, right? And with the Five of Wands here, all right, they're going to want to compete with that. People are going to want to compete with that because if people can beat you, then they are at the top, right? Because you are currently at the top, right? So you are going to learn a lot of new things on this level, okay? You're going to learn how to compete on a completely different level. You are going to grasp a whole different level of self-control, okay? That you're going to be challenged. All right, this is going to be a challenge for you here with the Queen of Swords. Okay, this is going to be a mental, physical, psychological, financial, uh, all the ways that you can be challenged in this level, you are going to be challenged. Okay, and it's not something for you to be afraid of, it's something for you to embrace. All right, but you're definitely going to be challenged here. Yeah, with the Emperor and the Judgment, you've already won. There's no doubt about it. You've already won. And your greatest power here, okay, with the Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck, is your ability to see the unseen without seeing it. If that makes sense. You're not using your two physical eyes, all right? You're using your intuition, you're using your emotions, you're using your logic, all right? You're using what makes sense to you. You're using your discernment skills, all right? With the Judgment and the Two of Swords, you are an extremely great discerner, if that's even a word. All right, you can discern very well, especially when it comes to people and who they are and their actions towards you, their intentions towards you. All right, I'm getting wrap it up soon. Okay, with the Crown of Swords to the Pentacles, you're immune to loss. You're immune to losing. All right, you're not here to lose, and you're not going to lose. All right, especially if you keep your feminine and your masculine balanced. All right, be able to use your intuition and be able to take action on it. All right, that is your masculine and feminine working together. All right, and you're not going to lose with the Five of Pentacles. In fact, the people that try to shun you and make you feel left out are going to feel left out because of you, right? I'm getting you're going to create your own lane. You're going to do something so amazing, so big that people are not, they're not going to have an option. They're not going to be able to stay away from you. It's like, wow, you are the gateway. Okay, it's giving you are going to become the gatekeeper, and they're going to have to come through you if they want to, if whatever they want to do. I don't know, even maintain. Okay, yeah, they're not going to have any options. Seven of Cups in the reverse, they're not going to have any options. They are going to have to abandon whatever thoughts or practices or secrets that they've been hiding against you. All right, they're going to have to stop because you are the archway. You are the sphinx. You are the gatekeeper. All right, they have to answer the riddle that you're going to present them with in order to pass through. You're going to make the decision whether or not these people pass through. Okay, I don't know what that is about exactly here. All right, with the Ace of Pentacles in reverse, these people that thought that they could take something away from you, right? With the Queen of Wands here, but they're actually draining their own energy here, right? And you're able to transmute this energy into something beautiful, creative. All right, you're going to be somebody who is beautiful on the outside, but also on the inside, and extremely creative. All right, yeah, it's giving witchy vibes. All right, it's giving very witchy vibes here. People are gonna be asking you for an opportunity. People are gonna be coming to you for things. All right, it's giving witchy vibes. All right. You know how people come to Beyonce for things and Erica Badu, and there are like certain witches in the industry, right, who have certain powers that people go to, and they pay for they pay for things, right? I want this, or I want this type of fame, or I want this money, or whatever the case is, right? Like, you're gonna be that person, but it's gonna be your own lane. You're gonna do something very uniquely. Like, it's not gonna be the way Erica did things. It's not gonna be the way Beyonce does things. You're going to be in your own lane. Okay. Yeah, with the lovers here, the lovers and the Crone of Pentacles, people are going to love you. They're going to want to come to you. They see you as somebody who not only is worth investing into, but like, you're going to be good at whatever spell work, or whatever it is people ask you for. You're gonna help them get it in a way that they've never been able to get it before, if that makes sense. Like, your work is going to speak for itself. Like, you're going to be very unique in the way that you help people manifest their goals. Okay, and you're going to do it the right way, the upright way, with morals and values, right? You're going to show people that it's better to do things the way that the Most High has paved, right? The strategy that you're going to use is one of love, period. It's one of love. And Michael Jackson is somebody who is very loving, right? He always preached about love. He always preached about kindness. And he had a sassy side. He was snarky. He was intelligent, but he was always somebody who's very loving. It's giving like his foundation is love, and it's giving Michael Jackson is going to be there to help you. Yeah, with the Crown of Pentacles, right? It's giving he'll be there. He'll be there to help. Ooh, this card came out. Yeah, the Crown of Pentacles came out. Yeah. Wow. Like, you're definitely going to be wealthy, right? Because of your ability to manifest. People are going to see that people are going to come to you naturally, because they're going to see the level of manifestation you reach. You're not going to need to advertise your services. You're not going to need to tell people about what you do. People are going to ask to come to you. People are going to be rushing towards you. That's what I'm getting. And your job is to discern who to help and who not to help. All right. I am also getting that as well. Okay. Yeah, you have to be protective of your energy. You're not meant to help everyone manifest what they want. All right. So yeah, that's pretty much what I'm getting here. All right. So be ready for this journey, and thank you to Michael Jackson, the Hermit. Yeah, I just feel like Michael Jackson wants to be there with you, like shining the way, like shining the path. He'll always be there guiding you, your intuition, right? He wants to send you messages. He wants to, because he has experience in this industry. He wasn't here too long ago, right? So yeah, he's loyal to you. Like, he wants to be on your spirit team. He's loyal to you, and he's going to help you. He's going to help you figure this out, right? Is there anything else? Yeah, we got the Ten of Pentacles. So it's finished. It's done. Okay? And we got the Tower at the bottom. It's done. All right? You're going to help bring down a system. All right? And Michael Jackson is going to help you do it, because that's kind of like his form of revenge, right? Because he was wrongfully targeted, wrongfully he went through a lot of stuff. And even though he himself is a master magician, he got ganged up on for no reason, right? But that's the price that you have to pay for being the greatest, because other people are going to want your spot, because he was the greatest of his time, and other people wanted his spot. There was always somebody new, always somebody younger, gunning for his spot, willing to do more, right? When you have morals and standards and values, which he's saying to keep, right? Because that's going to get you far. That strategy of having morals and values is going to get you far. Being someone who does anything for fame and fortune, that's going to get you trapped real quick. Right, so that's the message from MJ. I hope you guys enjoyed. Get prepared for what's about to happen. I don't know how you are going to get there, but you're going to get there. Just enjoy the journey and know that you are protected. If you are interested, I am now providing readings on my website, Creatrixmagic.shop. My site is Creatrixmagic.shop. All right, if you're interested in a personal reading, you can book it through my website, and I'll have it in the description box below. Also, if you are interested in following me on my other social media accounts such as TikTok, Instagram, and Facebook, please feel free, especially TikTok. I post the most on there. Otherwise, I love you all so very much. Thank you for joining me for this reading, and I will see you in the next one. Peace. Creatrix out.